Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Eve, the empath, coming to deliver messages from Spirit. Hope you guys are doing well today. Message for our beautiful Leo's risings, Leo sun, Leo moon, and North Node. Yeah, sometimes I get forgetting about those. So, as you guys know, I am a Leo, and my sun is in Leo. So, a lot of times I feel very much pulled when there's a Leo reading. And so lately, I would say for the last 2 months, it feels like I have been battling uphill in terms of what it is I am supposed to do, how I'm supposed to do it, how I'm working on this healing journey, right? The channel, healing. We're all collectively healing. As we heal ourselves, we can heal the collective, right? And so Spirit has been dealing with me a lot about like letting go, old thought process, transmuting energy, things like that. And I sometimes find myself back in this place of needing to have patience, needing to temper my thoughts, to release. And in readings that I get for myself personally, I often encounter Death card. It seems like every week I'm like, again, or a tower or something, right? Something that's gonna come through and shake it up and shake me up. And I think it's a lot of just thinking, overthinking, trying to control. And I know that I've been dealing with control issues. For some of you guys probably are dealing with that too, because sometimes we don't know how to relinquish control, how to let go of what either isn't serving us, which is a lot of times in our brains, our thoughts, how we see the world, our perspectives, what we hear and how it computes in our brain and then comes out. What are we saying? What's happening on the inside that's showing up on my outside world? So this rising, I got the lookout. So for the Leos, we got this lookout card, which is actually not a bad card because it's giving us warnings, and it's also letting us know that we have surpassed the flames, the fire. We're going through the fire. We've been going through the fire. How ironic, the fire signs are going through the fucking fire. It's hot as fuck in this bitch, right? So here we are. We're in this fire energy. We're going through transformations. We're getting tested. We're having moments of indecisiveness, moments of not having clarity, moments of not being able to trust fully. And I know that's a thing for me. Not being able to 100% trust the process, not myself, not people, but the process, that everything has its time and place. When you think about tarot, the story of the fool going out there and he's encountering all these things with a pure mind, with an explorative mind, and that's how we kind of come to this planet, right? We come here with the expectation to learn, except we just don't remember who we are. And the journey is to learn who we are. The part of the journey is understanding who we are at the core, our souls. How many times have we been here? What did we need to learn? What is it that we're supposed to be learning, right? So in this particular card, we've come through some lessons. We've come through some fire, and the look back is letting us see past the past, where we were and where we're moving towards, right? So we're walking into some freedom, but Spirit is also telling me to be cautious, telling us to be cautious. Keep in mind that in being cautious, that this hangman energy is about letting go of control. It's about letting go of thoughts. It's letting go of processes and ways we've done things for so long, because maybe that's what's not serving us. It says, a challenge presents as an opportunity for growth. Through burdock, which is the plant medicine on this card, though it's a tenacious weed, it can also be a valuable plant. Burdock root is actually really good for your tummy. It's good for healing. It's root medicine. So any types of plants that have like the root in them, like beets and They be nasty, but they help balance the root chakra. And the reason that we need our root chakra balance is so that we can have that connection, that divinity within us. Mother Gaia is asking us to connect back, and that's how we know who we are. Because we see this world as a separate entity. Everything is separate. We see birds as separate, the elements are separate, people is separate. But no, it's all connected. It's all one universe, and we are all a part of it. Just like our body. This one body that we have has water, it has matter, it has atoms, they have cells, they all have a specialized job. Each cell in your body has its own specific purpose. Your heart cells aren't going to be hanging around in your kidney because they wouldn't work properly. They even are birthed and die at a specific time. They are programmed to do that, just like us. We have our own DNA, we have our own code. And so when we're going through life, sometimes it gets challenging, right? And it's hard to understand where we're needing to go. So the presence may indicate that where the land, there is lacking of nutrients. What are you lacking? What are you not holding on to? What are you not retaining? What vitamins are you letting go of in your spirit body? Because our body needs it. Our body needs the perfect balance of everything. And for us to be in homeostasis, for us to be in balance, right, we need to have the perfect amount of nutrients. So Berta comes, the hangman comes to let us know that, hey, there's some things that are beyond our control, but we need to work towards getting them in control. Is it your mouth? Do you gossip? Do you talk a lot of shit? And I know that sounds like kind of inappropriate, but it's true. Are you using your words to create life? Or are you using your words to create death? That's what Spirit says to me often. Eve, what are you saying? When you're faced with a challenge, like say for instance, I have bills due and I'm like, how am I going to get this done? Spirit says, don't speak to the problem, speak to the solution. And the solution is, in this transformation, my bank accounts are filling to overflowing, right? That is a process. That is a positive in this world where words can go either way, positive or negative, right? It says, flip the script on a difficult situation. See the problem as the solution. That is the same thing that was said in the Libra reading. And it's funny because I always say that whenever you're doing a reading, whenever you're looking at energy, look for yourself. Because it's not just about the outside. It's not just about you guys. It's also about me. What is Spirit mirroring back to me? And that's something that we all have to do. When you look at me and you see that the words that are coming out of my mouth, the inspiration that's coming as Spirit is delivering messages, is not just talking to me, it's also talking to you. And when you're looking at your friends or when you're looking at your family and you're seeing these mirror images, it's also showing you the correlation between the two. What is showing up in your life is a result of what is coming out of your mouth, what is circulating in your brain, what your core beliefs are, because that's what's in your heart. And out of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? Out of the heart, your mouth speaks. So if you have fear in your heart, you're going to speak words of fear, words of lack, words of not enough, words of pain. Why am I stuck in this mode? Why am I stuck in these feelings? Why can't I move past it? Because we haven't relinquished control. We haven't allowed ourselves to just breathe in the moment and allow us to see things from a full view, from a perspective that is beyond us in this human experience, but in our spirit world, in our crown, in our third eye. Those are the ways that we get in touch and we tap into what's in our heart. How do we change the heart? We rewrite the story. We change the narrative. That's what Spirit is saying. Change the narrative. So yeah, somebody hurt you. Okay, how many people have you hurt? Have you thought about that? And even if you apologize, sometimes apologies just aren't enough. While you're waiting on someone to give you something, why don't you give it to yourself? Why don't you give yourself the honesty that you crave? Why don't you give yourself the love that you truly want? You're looking outside for another person or another thing to complete you, but you have to be complete. It's like a box of pancake mix. You have two versions. You can just add water and it's everything that you need, Or you can add the egg, you can add the flour, and you can add the oil and all of the other ingredients. Now, granted, when you add the other ingredients, you control the dynamic, right? You control how it comes out, how fluffy, how thick, how heavy they are. But it does take time for those ingredients to blend and to mesh together versus if you do the complete mix, right? When it's already done for you. But is that really living? Are you choosing your destiny by letting someone else determine how you're going to move forward in this planet, in this earth, right? In this earth school. So we have the 10 of fire, right? The 10 of wands. And the 10 of wands, it's telling us to take action, right? Fire is all about action. It's also about completions. It's about things that are no longer, it's a rebirth. It's a time for change. So the plant that they use is comfrey. And it says there can be too much of a good thing. Stop and step away and soothe yourself. Cut it down and watch it roar back to life. How many times have you taken so much, but you've never taken a break? You work hard, right? You put in a lot of hours at work. You just go, 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 go. But you never take time to step back and take a break. And then you're fatigued and your mind is tired. And you're just like, you have no patience and you're angry and you're frustrated. Why? Because you've not taken the time that you needed to regroup. Time is always needed to regroup. Letting go of control. Letting go of control. Letting the dynamic flow. Sometimes things don't work out because you're so busy trying to control it. And I know that's me. I know that if things don't go the way I think they're supposed to go, I get frazzled. I get frustrated. How many of you guys are feeling that energy? How many of you are so fixated on how it's supposed to be, the final outcome, that you try to dictate each and every way it goes? It's time to stop. Because the love that you desire, that higher level of commitment, is here. It's here. The Hierophant shows up to show us that level of commitment, that good job, those kudos, those things that we desire are there. And it's time to stop taking on so much without allowing ourselves time to breathe. And also being grateful for what is in front of us, for what is here in this present, because you've been tested already. You've already put in so much energy. So we're going to look at the Hierophant and look at the words that it has to say, because it's so important, guys. It says, a revelation is at hand. Seek the truth and spiritual teachings. Learn yourself. Learn yourself. The most potent wisdom emerges from the heart. The heart. In creation, I love creation. I love science. In creation, when the sperm and the egg fuse together, they die individually and they fuse together to create life. And the very first indication is the heartbeat, right? When the woman goes to the doctor, that's the first thing that is developed, is the heart. Because out of the heart, life is anew, right? And then the other organs start to develop. You have your brain, your logic. But here's where you start with your senses, your feeling, your sense of knowing who you are. Truth is in your heart. In order to find your truth, you have to go back inside of your spirit. You have to develop your gifts. You have to let go of control. You have to breathe. You have to release. And you have to change the perspective that you fed yourself for so many years, so that your words can change, so that your heart can heal. Because there's no point in coming to a channel and learn about healing if you're going to stay stuck, right? There's no point. There's no point to learn about healing if you're going to go back and do the same shit that got you in the situation that you were in the first place. Take some time to look at self, to go in your heart and feel it. Feel the cracks. Feel the crevices. And allow yourself to be nourished from the inside. Allow yourself to be healed and talked to and spoken to from your soul, from the root of you. Connect to the earth, connect to the ether, and allow spirit to flow through you, because that's where true healing occurs, guys. That's where healing is. As we go through this journey, we look outside so often and we want to control every aspect of it. But it's not for us to control. It's for us to experience. Because as we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. We heal the world. We heal our bloodline. All of what's in us comes from our DNA. The way we think, the way we feel, the way we process, all comes from a lineage far beyond us. Because before we were ever created, we were in our mother's womb. We were in there, every last one of us. And we are all connected. So as we heal ourselves, we're saying to the universe, we want the world around us to heal. And we relinquish the control of trying to do it ourselves. We allow ourselves to feel, but not become overwhelmed with our feelings. To not allow our emotions to go awry. To go and dictate and cause us to change the trajectory of our lives without realizing who we truly are. We are source energy. We are powerful. We are loving. We are so much bigger than what we ever imagined ourselves to be. But yet we live so small because we're fixated on the things that we cannot control. The earth, it goes on its own. The grass grows. We don't tell it to grow. We don't have to tell it to do anything. The oceans roar, the waves move, the sun rotates. It does it on its own. And you don't think that we have the power to just relax and be? To be present in each moment? To connect to who we are? Well, I'm here to tell you that we're wrong. We are together in this journey. And as we get out here and we learn how to love with our heart and not with our mind, that we are not stuck in a past prison, that we're not stuck and we're not just the sum of the pains that we've experienced in life. We are no longer just the rapes, and we're no longer just the fight victims, and we're no longer just the heartbroken. No, we are bigger than that. We are connected. We are light. We are joy, but we are also the darkness that shaped us. And without it, how can we move forward? How can we heal our nation? How can we heal our nation? That's all I have for you guys today, Leos. I hope this message means something to you, because it sure means something to me. Spirit is telling me it's time to let go, to truly let go. You can't control it. You can't. Just breathe and be at peace and understand that, it is so great when you just let go. I hope, like I said, I hope this message resonates. But if it doesn't, it's okay, because we do not want you to vibrate in places that you do not belong. But if you enjoy the message, if there's something in here that resonates, please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe, because there might be someone out there that needs to hear this message. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.